That's high. Makes it 2-0, falling behind on the runner. And the delivery on the way. Change up outside, falling behind 3-0. There are 2 outs here, runner on third. And 2 have crossed. And the pitch comes in, and a called strike there right across the belt. So full count now. Payoff pitch will be on the way. Trying to eliminate the damage as much as possible. 2 have scored. Runners on third. And now a full count with 2 outs. And comes in, and that one's going to sail into foul territory. And we foul. The runner will have to go back. And they're going to send her to first. Not sure what the call was. Let's hit the batter. So now 2 on, 2 out, runners on the corners, first and third. And the pitch comes, hits foul past the third base line. Right back to, and step on second. They get out of the inning. We'll go to the bottom half here on ACBN. This is Rudy Rediger. 2-0 the lead Thomas takes as the Fighting Tigers will come to bat. Ostrander. Left-handed hitter. And she sees that first one go wide and outside for ball one. And next one's hit, rolling slowly back towards the pitcher, and she beats it out. Bang, bang play there at first base. And that'll bring up Laura Darden. Darden, recent commit to Burton Parker, and she'll be playing there next year. Hits it right back up and through the gap. Ostrander will stand up at second, Darden at first, so in business here after one up and one down, back-to-back base hits for the Fighting Tigers. Ostrander followed up by Darden. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Brittany Grant, batting .370 on the year. She's got almost a 45% on base percentage, does Grant, slugging .556 on the year. Takes the first one. For a ball. And sees that one bounce in and quickly throwing back to the center circle there. And after falling behind 2-0, Amanda Ortiz gets that one across for a cold strike. And that one's a strike as well, so even the count at 2-2. This wind blowing sharply across from left to right in the outfield. That one's going to bounce in, so full count now from Ortiz to Grant. Again, this is Andrew College Digital Network. I'm Rudy Radiger. We're in the bottom half of the first inning here. Thomas leading 2-0. Call strike 3 as Grant goes down looking. That's her 8th strikeout of the year, Grant. Hayes with runners on first and second, 2 down now. Trying to tie things up, cut into this deficit, and that's going to be outside as Ortiz falls behind to Hayes, 2-0. And quickly behind, 3-0. And a 4-pitch walk loads the bases and brings up Haley Eleanor. Eleanor with 8 RBIs on the season, tied team high, or excuse me, one behind Grant, who has a team high 9. Darden, who is on second, also has 8. And that is a strike. So after a 4-pitch walk to Hayes, Ortiz gets a first strike, and Eleanor swings at that one out of the zone and falling behind 0-2. 2 outs, bases loaded here. And hits this one and just foul. As Kelly at third base got a glove on it, but it was just on the wrong side of the bag. That would have been more than likely 2 runs. And hits it right back to Ortiz. She throws to first, and after the bases are loaded, Thomas gets gets out of a jam, and they'll come to bat leading 2-0 here when we go to the second inning. This is ACDN, and I'm Rudy Brady. We'll be back in just a moment. Leading 2-0. 2 runs there in the first inning. And swings and misses on that one. Wendy dealing from the center circle. This one popped up out of the play, back in, and bounced foul. Chance for Jeffrey Jackson to make a play here in foul territory, but not able to get a hand on it. So now 0-2, and Wendy throws that one high out of the zone for 1 ball and 2 strikes. If you're just joining us, Thomas scored 2 runs in the first half, or the top half of the first inning, excuse me. 2 outs. Andrew College loaded the bases with 2 outs, but could not get anything across to cut into it. And hits this one back up and through the legs of Wendy, and Diaz cannot get the play on it. Not sure if that's going to be scored a hit or an E1, but hand reaches on a little roller back through the middle. That'll bring up Ashley Knight. And one attempt fouls off back behind Darden. So a Knight will come back, trailing 0-1 now. Runner on first is Tiffany Hand. Back, dies, and Eleanor bobbles it. And so the runners will be on safely to first and second. That'll take us back up to the top half of the order, and the pitcher, Amanda Ortiz. That one. Count evening at 1-1. And this bunt attempt goes down. Leonard picks it up, throws to first, but the runners move across in the squeeze bunt. So runners at second and third with one out now. And we'll bring up Caitlin Morrow as the baseball team off to our right, getting prepared for their single 9-inning game today against Georgia Highlands. That is a Region 17 matchup in the GCAA. Over here, the game you're watching live right now, the softball team playing a non-conference match against Thomas University's JV team. Just down the road in Thomasville, Georgia, the Nighthawks. Leonard deals and evens the count at 1-1. There is one out. Runners are on second and third. Tiffany Hand and Ashley Knight. And this one's fouled back into the screen. And a diving out of the way is Quadri there. Forgetting that the screen is going to be protective. Got to forgive those soccer players and their reactions to things. So Leonard will deal here and pops it up, and that one's going to come over the screen and out of play. So the count will stay at 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Knight on third, Hand on third, Knight on second. Leonard, 4-3 on the year, a 2.38 ERA. She's in trouble here, trailing 2-0. Again, Andrew College, if you're just joining us, loaded the bases with 2 outs in the bottom half of the first inning, but could not get a run across, and now they're in trouble here, and that is fouled off again by Morrow. So stuck on 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out here is Leonard. And Leonard will deal. Hit back, pops up into shallow center field, rushing in, and bobbling, missing the catch, and a run will score. Taking advantage of being opportunistic, jumping out to a 3-0 lead. Potentially, this run was unearned. Have to see how they do the official scoring later on. But now in a whole 3-0, only 1 out, and a runner on first and second now. Delivery comes in and calls strike 1. Advances from second to third, so runners on the corners, 3-0 lead. Leonard will deal to Ali Bala. Count, 2 outs here. Again, runners on the corner. And that is a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. We're about 30-some minutes away from the start of the baseball game. We'll give you a coverage of both of those. This one's hit back up. Diaz there, fumbles and drops, and another run scores on the mishandle. This is the thing about baseball and softball. Happens with other sports too, but sometimes when those wheels start coming off, it's hard to get them back. And so, meeting there in the center circle to try and get team back in order, as we've seen a pop fly dropped, a ball go through the middle and mishandled, and then another one there, allowing Thomas to get up 4-0. Time to recollect and settle things down, so a good meeting. Time to stop the bleeding, get the third out here, and bring the offense to the plate for Andrew College and get things right and get Leonard some run support here. And this one's in there, and she comes back with a strike. So ahead 1-0. Aaron Kelly to the plate now, and delivery by Leonard. Hit over, and Eleanor picks it up, throws it to third, or throws it to first, excuse me. And the Fighting Tigers get out of the inning. They give up 2 more runs, trail 4-0. We'll come back with the bottom half of the second inning here on ACDN. This is Rudy Grady. We'll be back in just a minute. She'll hit that one towards the hole and bobbled at third base. The throw over is still in time. So Aaron Kelly is able to gun down Leonard at first. That'll bring up Gidney Smith again. Take the deal and misses on the bunt attempt. Gidney batting .225 on the year, 40 at-bats. She's got 9 hits, driven in 2, and she's also taken 2 base on balls. She sees that one out wide. Even the count at 1-1 with 1 down here. If you're joining us, 2 runs in each of the first 2 innings for Thomas. Andrew had the bases loaded with 2 outs in the first inning, but could not get one across. And so they trail 4-0 here. And Gidney takes that one for a strike. So now 2-2 the count from Ortiz. Both pitchers batting in this first game of a doubleheader. We will also bring you live action as Gidney smacks that one sharply foul past and out of play over the third base side. But to get back to that, we'll bring you the action for both baseball and softball. We'll be playing simultaneously. Baseball playing a Region 17 matchup against Georgia Highlands. And Ortiz brings that one in low to Gidney, keeping the count at 3-2.
Come for a presidential search and end up
here
holding
we
up.
are, and hits this one, and gets her out, so 2 outs. attempts. Brings up center fielder Katie Rowell. Rowell batting .383. Get me a hat. Get it. Might as well take it out. Like, quadrant. So 1-2 outs here for Katie Rowell. And this one's fouled up and out of play and back towards the baseball.
That's when you go under the. You did the right thing.
So the Fighting Tigers trailing 4-0 here. Bottom of the second inning. Trying to get things headed in the right direction. And Ortiz will deliver down low in the dirt. Brown will stand back in, even 2-2. And swing and a miss, and we'll head to the top of the third. Thomas coming to bat, they lead 3-0. This is the ACDN. I'm Rudy Radiger, and we'll be back in just a moment. Back in the center circle, dealing here to Allie Thomas. Thomas takes that one, so 1-1. Or actually 1-2. Evens it up at 2-2. flips it. Eleanor's there, puts the glove on it, and 2 down. We'll get back to Tiffany Hand, who got things started last time. So Hand will take swings and misses. Leonard had her guessing on that one. Deals, and that one's going to be popped into shallow right field for a hit for Hand, and she'll get on. She's getting see if Leonard can work Ashley Knight. The bottom of the order got things started the last time for Thomas.
Tiffany picking on the alumni right here. Tiffany Hand picking on the alumni.
And that one's across the plate for a strike. Tiffany Hand, an alum of Andrew College, back at Hord Complex here. Probably reliving some good memories, especially with back-to-back hits. And Leonard will deal. That one's fouled off. Hits the home plate umpire a little bit. I'm going to build this.
So you can commentate on one, I commentate on the other, you can commentate on both.
So Leonard ahead 0-2. This one hit back softly and over, flips it to first and dropping it. So again, Knight getting on with some luck. Follows up behind Hand, and Knight has the Nighthawks back in business and brings up Ortiz, the pitcher.
Get him going, Mullis. Get him going, man.
And that one's a called strike. Leonard deals, and Ortiz hits that one. It's going to be a fair ball, and rounding third, heading for home, is Hand and Knight. And stand-up triple for the pitcher, Amanda Ortiz. Looks like we've had a pinch hitter come in. Taylor Morse. And that was a called strike. And Leonard will throw that one outside. Standing in a 6-0 lead. She hits this one foul past first base. Scorekeeper apologized. A little slow on updating the scoreboard as Thomas now leading 6-0. Now 2-2, even in the count. Again, 2 outs here. Leonard looking, and this one hit back up by Morris into the gap, and trotting home easily is Ortiz, and now a 7-0 lead for Thomas. Bring up a new batter for Thomas. And that's a called strike. Darn starts second. It bounces off the glove. And standing in is Morris at second with the steal. So top of the third, 7-0 in favor of the visitors. The Nighthawks of Thomas. This one's fouled back off the screen. And this one's hit back towards Ortiz. She's going to throw it over to first. Grant gets it, and we'll head to the bottom of the third. It is a 7-0 lead for Thomas. We'll be back in just a moment. This is the ACD Network, and I'm Rudy Radiger. is 7-0 for Thomas. And Diaz sharply hit to third. She's 0 for 2 on the day.
Number 7, Brittany Ostrander.
That'll bring up Brittany Ostrander. Ostrander, 345 on the year. And Ortiz, though, on the center circle for the Nighthawks, cruising now with a 7-0 lead. And this is the back-to-back outs here in the third inning. We'll bring up Laura Darden. So Ortiz hit to third, straight shot that put her out. Her second out, 0 for 2 on the day. Andrew College trailing 7-0. So now Darden will come to the plate. 340 batting average on the year. Got almost a 500 slugging percentage. Corey Harbinson. Darden inside. Or, excuse me, that's a strike. So 1-1. So Darden stands in 1-1. Hits this one foul past third base. Can you get them, show them how to turn on the lawnmower? Because they're going to mow. Make him quadri. He's bagged. He just needs to know how to get the mower started. Like if you can have him mow like one half of it going to be on, so he can get that done and have him go to the other half. Never mind. So 2-2 here to Darden. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. Andrew College trailing 7-0. will come back. 2-2. Still the count on the catcher. Commit to Bruton Parker, so she'll be there next year. Broadcast. Baseball, softball going on at the same time here. Darden towards shortstop. Digging it out, and the stretch is good enough. So 1-2-3 inning for Ortiz, and the Nighthawks will go to the top of the fourth when we come back on the ACDN Network. This is Rudy Radiger. This one's going to be a laid down bunt. Leonard there and gets past the first base. Bala will advance to third. And Aaron Kelly on the throwing error. What? Can you see the camera? No.
No, can't see it.
Tigers trailing 7-0 here in the top half of the fourth, and runners on the corners. That comes in for a ball one. That's not it.
That goes to the.
Yeah.
What are these plugged into?
Radios. I don't know where that is. Look in the gray bag, I would say. So Leonard dealing here is swing and a miss. 2-2 the count. Runners on the corners.